Elizabeth Warren and her goons, and she's very nasty to you. She hates your people. She hates everything about you. Will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to let it grow. We're going to let it grow. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. I didn't know he was that unpopular. Well, I didn't know he was that unpopular. Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. Whoa.
Beautiful. What's going on, everybody? How we doing tonight? Happy Sunday. I'm back. I am sunburnt, but it's all okay because I feel good. I had a good weekend. Let's see who's Donna, number one tonight. What's up? Phil Zill, you went to the Trump rally? That's awesome, man. Vince, what's going on? Number three, Donna, Vinman, Oscar in the house. Don't trust him. I get you. Born Free, what's up? David, my daughter's doing well. Thank you very much. I'm jealous you got to go to Trump rally. I missed it last week. What's up, Robert Armstrong, Kryptonian, Husker Power, Chad C. Connie, Cooper's RIP, Gary Gensler. It is Dunsky for him. Danielle, you're going to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? That's awesome. Volkovix with the money. Jim Boswell, Craig Donor, your shadow banned on YouTube, similar action on X. Want to say I'm here and always watch. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that, man. Very much so. What's up, IZ? Overdosing vitamin D. Yeah, I did. Oh, my God. Well, look at me. I'm a tomato. But, you know, it's all right. The beer is back. First beer I've had on the live in a few weeks. This was a good weekend for it. Can't get jumping off fast enough. I agree. Midnight with the memberships. Midnight. That is awesome. Thank you again. You are keeping the membership alive. Dave Alana's Chronic. George Garza, Mind Body. Barefoot by DC. Welcome to the membership. Thank you, Midnight. You the girl. You awesome. You guys now get extra content. This weekend, I was on vacation, so we missed it. But next weekend, it'll be back on Members Lives. And I'm actually thinking of some new perks for members. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And anybody else who wants to join in, $3 a month, extra content. It's good stuff. And always trying to make it even better. Beer tastes better with a cup like that? It does, sir. A little Niners cup. Holy smokes, guys. There was so much going on today. Matthew Thompson in the hizzy. What's up, Matthew? How you doing tonight? Crazy weekend. Trump's Bitcoin speech notwithstanding. By the way, that was one of the best speeches he's ever given. And unbelievable how just perfect he spoke to the crowd. Bitcoin guys, we're going to have it on not Federal Reserve. That's the wrong way to say it. We're going to have a reserve of Bitcoin with Trump. It's going to be the future. No CBDC, firing Gary Gensler, all promises he's making. I believe every single one of them because it fits the bill with him. And I just cannot wait. The next 4 years are going to be off the chain once we get Trump back in. Freedom is going to reign. Free business, free capitalism. It's going to be amazing. It's just going to be amazing. Complete opposite of the commies on the Democratic Party. And the commie old Kamala couldn't help herself. She just let the cat out of the bag this weekend and straight up said the dirty quote the communist quote, proposes a regime of equity based on a simple principle, from each according to his ability to each according to his needs. Interesting. She said those exact words. Do you know where that comes from, people? Commie Kamala. Commie Kamala said the magic words straight out of Karl Marx. Yep. Each according to his ability, each according to his needs. That is the communist manifesto motto right there in it. And Commie Kamala is proposing that as her platform. So that's all you need to know about the Democrats. They are not even hiding
equality
anymore.
And equity.
Oh God, there's her voice. They are straight out saying they are communists. So here it is. That's how it goes. So the Bitcoin conference was awesome. The Minnesota rally was awesome. JD Vance was awesome. And then I got more to cover tonight because we have to go over what's going on in the markets. It looks like with this whole Andrew Left thing, it is going to cause a collapse of short sellers in the market. Why are they doing this now? Because we just saw also they went after, excuse me, one of the Mexican cartels. They just went after our American government. And why all of a sudden are we so worried about justice and peace in our nation? Why? Because there's an election to be won, and they have to look like they're doing it, like they care about the American people. So they are going to start enforcing law, enforcing rules and regulations, capturing crooks from now until the election so they can have wins to put out there. It's a good thing they're doing it. It's bad, the reasons why. And you know why we know it's junk and they're only doing it for now? Because they didn't do this for the last 3.5 years. It's all nonsense, but at least it could work in our favor. So there you go. David, what I'm confused about, Gensler already said he was quitting after Biden's done. Like the fact said Trump said he was going to fire him. You know what, David? Either way, you're right. Gary did say that. And Trump might have known that, might not have. I don't care. All that matters is if Gary doesn't quit, now he's out either way. So caboodle in your toodle later. What's up, Gretchen? It's been a little bit. Glad to have you back. Hopefully banks will embrace Bitcoin. They will under a Trump regime. I tell you right now. Randy, fire Chris Ray. Oh, absolutely. He's got to get out of there. Yeah, Joe, thank you for reminding me to GoFundMe for Thomas. I'll go over that again later. We're still raising money for Thomas Dubois. He obviously struggling with lymphoma, and we want to support our members as much as possible. So I'll post that later. But if you're in a hurry and you got to donate, go to the community tab on my channel, and it's still that #1 post right there. Just click on the link and you can pay his GoFundMe and help Thomas out. He is a great, great guy, and we're all pulling for him. What's everyone think of Bitcoin 200,000 or more? I'm telling you, Mad Max, if Trump gets in and really makes it a reserve currency and not a reserve currency, I'm sorry, builds a strategic reserve of Bitcoin and buys 1 million Bitcoin or so, which is what he's talked about before, it will skyrocket. And just the speculation of him winning should cause the price to go up the next few months. I'm telling you, it's going to go nuts. Boswell, if corporate taxes go from 21 to 35%, everything will cost more. That's exactly right. That's if Commie comes in. But if Trump stays in, he wants to try to get it down to 15%, which would be great. Midnight, you're about to be floating down the bayou on the back of an alligator waving a Trump 24 flag. What? I need pictures. Or it doesn't count. Sunburn means I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I really did. What's up, Seymour Hero? God bless y'all. Vance, there's no way a 20-year-old pulled this off by himself. Blink twice if you agree. Oh, with the assassination attempt? Is that enough? Yeah, we all know the truth there. I've covered it in 2 lives, and if more comes out, I'll go over it. Susan, welcome. Good to see you. What's up, Bob? Mad Max, everyone try stock alerts. They've been calling out big hitters. Called out CarMax 170, ran to 8. Okay, stock alerts. Who's that? You think they're going to swap Kamala out? Oh, man, I got a story to talk about that tonight, too. Oh, there's so much to talk about, but I also want to say hi to you guys real quick. Protection place doesn't allow president to remove SEC chair. He's done either way. Yeah, he'll be done either way. Kamal stealing his. Jordan Love got money. He got paid. Stella, these people are evil. Anyone here read the Gulag Archipelago? Can you even listen to a YouTube? Yeah, that is a crazy book. Very depressing. David, did we actually see a cartel person get arrested? Nope. So just more of their narrative, making them look like they're doing something. Pissed me off so much. Don't think we can see through. Yeah, I hear you right there. Okay, where to start first? Because there's so many stories to go through. Let's do this. Let's start with the short sellers getting busted with Andrew Left, because this is just absolutely crazy. And all right, here we go. So Andrew Left got busted this weekend, and he's the big guy running Citron, which shorted GameStop. They've shorted so many stocks, driven them down, naked shorting, just a bad dude on Wall Street. And he made this big post in GameStop a couple months ago when GameStop was running that Citron is now shorting GameStop and just trying to manipulate everything. And now he's in big trouble. And he is facing upwards of 300 years because of all the counts against him, and each count is 20 years. And so this is a big deal that they're going after him, and everybody's expecting him to squeal and break out everybody else. So Kirsten Shaughnessy has been following this really well. She's an amazing reporter. Always follow her work. It's so good, especially on her market coverage. And so she says, who's next? What names will he give up? Remember at the Archegos trial when former colleagues turned on each other? That's also right. Don't forget, the Archegos trial just ended, and both those guys found guilty. U.S. government spent years digging in the industry's practices, but as inquiries by Justice Department and Securities and Exchange Commission went quiet in recent months, many began assuming the probes had fizzled. Even Left, who pulled back after investigators seized his computers and phones, got back into the game. What a dummy. Thought they were gone, he jumped back in. That all changed Friday. Prosecutors announced criminal charges against him, while the SEC brought civil lawsuit, cases that could upend his firm, Citron, send him to prison for years. At one point, Left bragged to colleagues some of his public statements caused retail investors to trade the way he wanted them to. That was like taking candy from a baby. And that's according to the SEC. So the SEC is actually going to call him out. And here it is. Short sellers feel heat after U.S. charges Andrew Left with fraud. Guys, like this is so huge. This is such a big deal. Who does Andrew Left give up? Every short seller in his contacts has to be nervous. DOJ needs to look into all this. I mean, this is massive. This is a shockwave sent through Wall Street. Now, how far will it go is the question. How far do they push it is the question. I think with the election coming up, they are trying to make a push so Kamala or whoever's the nominee ends up being could say, look how tough we are in crime. Look how tough we are in the markets. We are making the markets free and fair for you. That's what they want to do here. So how far do they go is the question. But no matter what, this is good for us, because if the Democrats are going to do this while they're in charge, and it breaks up some of the short sellers, naked short sellers, scares them. Remember, we always said they just need the one big rat. Ham's always said this, and this is also more vindication for Ham, everything we've been saying about this naked short selling, this market manipulation. There's just more and more validation. So far, we've had the Kramers get in trouble, Alpine get busted, and now Andrew Left, big dog on the street, Bill Wang. This is crazy. This is just keeps happening. So eventually, it's going to start steamrolling. And now as the market's getting worse and worse, the short sellers are going to have to ask themselves, do we really want to put this up with the risk where they are going to just keep going after us? Are they finally coming at us from the legal side and the market's getting worse, is going to get harder to do? That's what they have to keep asking themselves. And Kirsten just posted this, hearing Adam investors in Austin, Texas could be hedge fund number 2. How interesting. Remember it was that Austin hedge fund DJT? This isn't the same one, but still. Street wrote about investigation February 2022. In December, Bloomberg's article said Citron, Anson Funds, Markets Release Value, Muddy Waters Capital being investigated. Requests from the Justice Department seeking information also included all these. And so she hears this one could be next. But look at all these guys. What if this is the beginning? What if it is? What if the election pushes them over? This would be nuts. Now, don't get our hopes up too high, because sometimes this stuff fizzles out. They cut deals, whatever. But if, for whatever reason, they're getting serious, this could be massive. Maybe Gary Gensler knows he's leaving now, and he's just like, what the F? I'm going to just screw them all. I don't care anymore. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But we have to watch this carefully, because this is going to change things. It is. It's just, we don't know how long it's going to take. We don't know where we're going to go. But if this starts changing things, we could really start blowing up. And Pedro just calls out Finger today. He's been looking at Capybara and all the reports they've been doing on stocks, watching what they do. And a lot of them start turning around pretty quickly after these stories come out, a few months, few weeks later. And so he believes the Finger chart's starting to look like this sound chart, which means he thinks Finger could be due a run soon. So 4 or more. And then off after that, who knows what happens. He's just looking at the charts, but I've been talking to him, and he's getting excited as well. So the short seller news is awesome. We might be seeing some market clearing up. Trump is obviously making a big name out of Gary Gensler at the Bitcoin conference. The Bitcoin people hate him. All of us in the markets can't stand him. The pressure is mounting. The pressure is building. It's like stuff's going to start happening here sooner or later. So I'm excited. I really am. When you hear this push from retail investors, and it's just growing. We've been growing in our activity in the stock markets, how much we're calling out this stuff. The Bitcoin people obviously are huge too. We're all in this together. And this was a major weekend for free markets in our country. Stock markets, crypto, all of it. It was a huge weekend for retail investors, and we got to hope the momentum keeps building from here. I mean, and then look just how much they love this guy. I mean,
Elizabeth Warren, hands off.
Is it at the end here? They're just chanting Trump.
And will
the Bitcoin people are like, at the Bitcoin conference and stuff, they're very libertarian leaning. They just want pure freedom. They want to disappear, get all that stuff going, get the Bitcoin so they can trade, they can get off the money grid, whatever, get out of the markets, and just operate on crypto where there's deregulation and decentralization. That's what they want. And so for them to be chanting Trump at this, in the whole speech, again, was excellent. For them to be chanting it, for him to be pitching it like this. JD Vance is big on this. Vivek in the administration is really big on this. Trump is listening to the young guys. He's listening to the young guys with the libertarian leanings, the tech leanings, and it's really going well. And this is going to keep going. And we're seeing the tech sector pick up behind him too. Elon Musk, Bill Ackman. It just keeps growing. And I had this thought the other day. If the tech side of things keeps swinging towards Trump, remember even Zuckerberg came out and said Trump looked like a badass after the assassination attempt. I'm not getting involved in this election. That's all those Zuckerbergs, $400 million he put into the last election to help turn it towards Biden. He's stepping out this time. If he loses tech, you know how much harder it gets for them to cheat? So anyways, this is getting interesting. It's getting really good. All right, let me catch up with you guys real quick. Call me Kamala. Oh, God. Trump's a convicted felon. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, enjoy that, LAMF. He's going to be your president, so. Winged Wolf, you may squeal, but the big players will skate from serious charges. Only a little fish will do time. We'll see about that. But you might be right, Winged Wolf, but this time could be different. There's always a chance. Randy says, Charles Gasparino defended Andrew Left on Fox Business. Are you for real? Gasparino is so awful. Stella, what's that article on DJT? I'd love to see it. AMC, great prosecutor will not showcase her great legacy cases for the people to see. Are you talking about Kamala? Andrew Left sing like a canary. I agree with Thomas. Big JR says, White Diamond Research in that article was who shorted GTI in 2022. Are you for real? Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Any thoughts on finger pricing when it runs? Kathy, I've been really trying to avoid those kind of, exciting, like just crazy numbers anymore, because I just, the people getting so disappointed in where we're going and the way they're attacking now, it's like, I want to be much more, I think Finger has massive potential, like huge potential. I think even if Finger does not have a massive short squeeze, that in a few years it could be easily a $50, $100 to $200 stock because of the tech stuff it's got going on. And then short squeeze, who knows where it could go? The numbers are nuts. But as far as like where it could go, it's impossible to know. But it'll be big. David, do I think Gensler's a phrase name will be brought into this? Maybe why he's dropping out on his own, same as other big shorts have closed their funds. Yeah. Oh, I absolutely think that's part of it. In fact, speaking of big funds, well, these aren't funds, but U.S. executives are dumping stocks at their fastest pace in 10 years. Percentage of publicly traded firms seeing net purchases from their officers and directors dropped to 15%. Put this in perspective, 10-year average of this metric is negative 26%. After a historic run higher, corporate insiders taking profits on their own stocks. Why are insiders selling so much stock? So there you go. The hedge fund guys, like you said, they're getting out. Insiders are selling their shares. I mean, look at this. This is crazy how much they're dropping down. 10-year average is right here, okay? Oops. 10-year average, boom. And then this is where we're at. Lowest level in at least a decade. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Oh, Finger is still huge. Yeah, Finger is still huge. Donkey. Matthew, GTI, as I said last week, you can buy a National Bank of Canada brokerage. You got 10 shares at 3 cents and 10. The question is, Matthew, is how fast can you turn them around? That's what I want to know next. You got a limited order for 6,400 at 1 cent? Nice. That would be awesome. What's up, Robert? How you doing? Richie, I see the people outside the arena in Minnesota. Trump just might take it. Listen, Minnesota hasn't gone Republican since 72 for Nixon. It would be earth-shattering if it goes for Trump. And I agree with you that it's definitely in play. Absolutely. I hope ZJYL guys will pounce. Pat Cicio, what's up? Welcome. Robert, get the likes up. Yeah, thank you guys. 150 people watching. Let's try to get those likes up. Break 100. I appreciate it. JR says, yes, for real. Is Adam Geffart from White Diamond. They wrote a report about GTI. An idiot was tweeting about it. Wow. Okay, well, let's hope they get on. Why is there a gnat in here? I leave my house for a few days and it gets infested with bugs. Anyways, okay, so that's what's going on in the markets. It's nuts. This is for this to be going down the same weekend as Trump doing his Bitcoin conference, getting all those people on his side. Trump is on fire right now. He is appealing to so many people, and the market stuff obviously is getting to the point where it's so over leveraged in such a bad shape. One of the reasons they might be cracking down on it now is because things are starting to break at the cracks. So I listened to an excellent economic podcast this weekend, and the guy was saying that he considers recession anytime we're growing under the level of inflation. So think about this. Our inflation over the last year is still over 3%, okay? Or 2.9. I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's almost 3%. Well, GDP just came in for Q2, and it was these massive numbers, remember? Way above expectations. They were expecting 2%. They got 2.8%. But inflation is still running hotter than that. So if you go by value of the dollar and what can be bought, and then you're saying percentage of growth in our economy, which basically is dollar evaluated, correct? Because that's transactional, that's currency. I know it's not a perfect one-to-one, but it's very close. And so if you consider it like that and you say our dollar value has dipped 3% in the last year, whereas the GDP at a high quarter was just 2.8%, and I think it's at 2.1 or 2.0 even for the year now. That means we are growing under the rate of inflation, which that does make sense that we could say we're actually in a recession. Remember these earnings came in this last week? Google's earnings were above expectations, but still considered low because of YouTube ads, and Tesla came in way under. Now, think about that while also adding in the fact of inflation. So inflation's still high and their earnings are coming in. Those dollars that keep coming in are at inflated numbers. And so that also puts a knock on all inflation. So if a company grew 3% in the last year and they say that's a blowout, that's above expectations, well, there's 3% inflation. So they're actually not growing at all. They're maintaining. So it's just a good way to look at it. And that is all over our economy. And I keep having truckers reach out to me saying layoffs are going on, which means the retail sector is drying up. Manufacturing's way down. So yeah, it makes sense that the investors, the insiders are selling at highs. Why? Because they know what the actual numbers are. What they don't tell you in earnings calls is they'll say what the money is, but they don't tell you how many units moved. Okay. They don't tell you they don't give you all the numbers. And because of that, you have to go digging. They'll give you the headline, what they made, but they won't tell you all the stuff in the report. You have to go digging for that information. And the insiders always know. And that's why they're bailing out. Ace of my red face. I think that's racist. Yeah, Whitey, I'm not even joking. I almost called my live "The Redskins are back," but I always get I just already get accused of being racist because I vote for Trump. So I was like, I'm not going to push that button, but I did almost say it because look at me, it's bad. Republicans winning Minnesota would be like Democrats winning Georgia, says Dandy. I 100% agree with that. Yep. Can't believe Dems won Georgia last time. They didn't win it. It was all rigged. And listen, even the Georgia elections people have come out now and admitted it. What's up, Just Mike? So now what? KJB, so Biden wants to amend the Constitution, reverse SCOTUS decision about immunity of presidents to go after Trump again. I know. Listen, there is no way in hell they pull off a constitutional amendment in this political situation we're in. No way in hell. It just doesn't happen. Craig Donor, did I see Camel Toe praising debauchery occurred in France at the opening? I did not see her praising it, but that is very interesting to me because I called out on one of my tweets. I said, I'm not going to make you guys watch while I scroll. But I'm going to show you guys what I tweeted because that's interesting. So if she was praising it, it's interesting to me because I saw it and I knew that despite everybody being upset about it, and pretty much every American except for woke-tard liberals, so there's no way they're going to talk down about it. They're not going to call it out. And that just reveals their character. Oh, yeah, here it is right here. Here's the tweet. Boom. I tweeted this as soon as it came out. This is where leftism taking us. You won't hear one person on the left condemn this. Kamala Harris, Biden, Obama, Clinton's, none of them will say this is sick. They're all in on it. And that is exactly true. And I mean, it was sick, guys. They had Death the Pale Horse, which is obviously Revelation. They did this sick picture, like mocking the Last Supper. Just absolutely disgusting. I wasn't quite sure what this one was, but this was just gross. Like Marie Antoinette's head, it's just satanic. So this stuff's gross, guys. It's gross. And yeah, So if Kamala Harris saying that, that's awful. But I knew they wouldn't say it. LAMF, did Trump previously say Bitcoin's highly volatile and based on thin air? Maybe. I don't care they previously said it. Guess what he's saying now? He's all for it. And you know what? You want to know why I'm a big Trump supporter, LAMF? Because this man, when he ran in 2016, he made promises, and he's the only president in my lifetime, Democrat or Republican, who actually fought to get the promises done and accomplished most of them in his first 4 years. And so I believe him when he says this. So maybe he didn't understand it in the first place, and he does now. I don't care. Now he says crypto is the capital. United States will be the crypto capital of the planet. Bitcoin superpower of the world, and Bitcoin's going to the moon. So that's where Trump's at now. So I don't care what he said previously. He changed his mind. Trump's earned that trust with me. Vince says if Kamala is the nominee, it'll be 50-state landslide. They're going to swap her out and the fun begins. We'll see. Donkey, when you join your stream, you get Kamala fundraising ads. Good Lord. Kamala fundraising on my channel. Can you imagine? That's not going to go well for her. What's up, Gerald? Yeah, I'm not starting over, bud. Thanks. Randy, GDP measurement includes government expenditures, which skew the numbers 100%. Absolutely. AP, what's up? Dandy, heard some Biden may introduce Supreme Court reform on Monday. They won't be able to get it done. They won't. It's all for show. It's all for show. That's what a cabinet would look like. We're about to move from DEI, didn't earn it, to MEI, merit, excellence, and intelligence. I like that. Jill Biden said it was spectacular. Oh, my God, of course. David, I see the crowd of the Olympics. LaFraud James did not stand for national anthem. I mean, it's a joke, guys. It's all woke nonsense now. They're spitting in our faces, and this is the turning point. Okay, we're at that precipice. We are at the precipice, and what's happening right now is that we're either going all in on where they're at. They win. We go down that road, and it takes us decades to get back. It does. And listen, things always swing back around. It takes time, but it gets harder and harder to do it if we don't take advantage when we have an opportunity. Or we get Trump back in and we get our nation back. And if we get our nation back, the world starts coming back around too. Because America still leads the world. It really does, especially when it's strong and independent. So that's what where we get to. Oh my God, who is this LAMF person? Here, LAMF. Let me pull up something for you. And I'm not going to spend much time with you because you obviously don't do any research. Da, 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 da. Boom. Here it is. Georgia Election Board confirms beyond shadow of a doubt. Fulton County missing 380,000 ballot images. Fulton County failed to verify signatures for 148,000 ballots. Ruby Freeman Shamos double scanned ballots, and Fannie Bang Bang Willis was in fact duplicated to the district attorney's office. In other words, Fulton County violated the Georgia state election laws. This has been coming out the last few days. You know what they recounted? Fake ballots. So AMF, whatever. Go do some damn research and then come back to me because I'm not even wasting time on you anymore. Vince, don't you think with a large bet against DJT by BlackRock, an investigation attempt DJT in another callous? Callous? Can you rephrase that? Because I don't understand what you're asking. Hero, left doesn't even try and hide their beliefs anymore. They don't. Yeah. Shining, if you bought Bitcoin at 3K, you pretty much are on the... That's true. My buddy bought me a bunch when I was at 7K, and I sold it. Vinman, Olympic scum told potential winners not to thank Jesus or God. It's disgusting. The damn French, man. I love that Power went out in Paris the next day, and the only thing that had light was the church. Did you guys see this? Let me pull this out. It was very symbolic. Basilica of Sacre-Cœur, Sacred Heart, remained lit while the rest of Paris was in a blackout. God will not be mocked. It was beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. How does this happen? It's incredible. It's incredible how this works. God knows, man. LeBron James has never been the GOAT. He never will be. He wishes he was, and he wakes up pissed off every day that MJ is 10 times better than him. That's how it goes. In your husband's Sunday school class, someone said it wasn't mocking last supper, but a French event. No, it was pure mockery. I know. I asked somebody about it, and they were like, "Now listen, this person is more conservative, but they also kind of care about what other people think to a point that's a little insane." But they said, I brought it up. I was like, "Did you see this?" And they were like, "Well, Jesus would have those people at his table." And I was like, "That's not the point." Yes, Jesus sat and ate with sinners. The point, though, is that this is actually recreating the Last Supper as a mockery of the picture. That's the point. And I was like, some people they're trying to be too nice. Sometimes we have to get mad. It's okay. There is righteous anger. What's up, BM Pro? Diana, you're Canadian praying he becomes president. We need change and accountability. Amen. Care to comment on how tall FJB is? He grew a couple feet. I don't know how that happens when you're 80, but that's something to think about. What's up, Lyrical? Donna, you have a man using the ladies' room where you work. That's woke. Yeah, that's woke. Woke. You want a definition of woke? Woke is we have decided to introduce insanity and force you to drink it as normalcy. That's what woke is. Right is left. 2 + 2 = 5. Men can be women. Women can be men. Little children should have surgery to castrate them for life so they can never have children or have sexual arousal anymore. They should lose their penises or their breasts before they're 18 and able to make that decision. That's woke. They should be chemically castrated and celebrated for that. Woke. So another name for woke, if you want a one-word definition of woke, here it is. Are you ready? Retarded. It's retarded. And it's retarded normalcy. It's trying to make something that is disgustingly asinine into normalcy so that we can take people who are legitimately, some of them are legitimately mentally ill, and they should be getting help. And instead we're celebrating them as heroes. That is wrong. And what's happening is because we celebrate them, it pulls others in because they see the attention and they say, I want attention, I'll do it too. And it hurts nobody more than it hurts children. And you know what the Bible says about people who hurt children? It says it'd be better off for a millstone to be tied around their neck and for them to be thrown into the sea. That is how serious it is when you go after children. And the woke hurts nobody more than children. So that's what woke is, retarded. Cheers. All right. Woke's how you feel after a carafe of coffee. I hope not, Shining Bright. That'd be gay coffee. Your last name's from Canada and not in Cali, not France. Okay, Dubois. Well, that's good to know, I guess. David, let's see. Dandy, at the last board meeting, they voted down the DAI proposal, so RC's trolling them. Oh, that's awesome. Good for him, man. Frank, did we talk about Google suppressing search results for anything like president assassination attempt Trump? No, but I knew this is going on. Why don't we just do it right now? Why don't I do this live? Let's see if... No, I don't want the Play Store. I want google.com. All right, let's see if we can get it to attempted assassination. Assassination. Look at that. Oh, nothing about something that happened a couple weeks ago, huh? That's crazy. That's in real time. You just see it happen right there. So, yep, Trump said he'd fire Gary Gensler on day one. That's correct. People who deny reality. That's a good one, Dan D. Al Rogland, what's up, buddy? In the hizzy. Whitey, I see that Patrick Burns video about working with the FBI to entrap HC. Says Emma was supposed to run. Really? 30 minutes behind if I mention it. No, I haven't seen it yet, but I could see that. Go upstairs to the locker room, bathroom. Oh, my God. This LMF is a dumbass. You know who started the Kids in Cages LAMF dumbass 161? I'm sure it's your beloved savior Obama. He started it. So, there you go. Oh my God. These people are so dumb. That bullet must have barely grazed him for not even have a bruise anymore. It said it took 2 centimeters off, which is not that much, but it can make an ear bleed like crazy. So should I type Trump too? And nothing. I mean, it just Google search auto-complete for Trump assassination. So, yeah, you have to be very specific. Woke makes left, right, up, down, and wrong, right. It's done to confuse, make you question. That's right. Yeah, it's made to make you. Woke means everything that's normal or traditional and has worked for centuries, has every sociological proof behind it, has every scientific proof behind it, biological proof. It is and even mathematical. It's meant to make you feel crazy because all of a sudden you're forced to accept something that makes no sense in any way, shape, or form. And that's why it's going to go away, by the way. The woke nonsense already going away. And you know how I know this? Because big tech is responsible for pushing it more than anybody else. And now they are away from it. They are saying, nope, no more. We're done. This went too far. The DEI stuff, the woke stuff. Freaking Elon came out the other day and said wokeness, woke ideology killed his son. And he's devoting his life now to destroying it. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. So there you go. It's a mind virus. It's disgusting. It is awful. And if you are, listen, I remember growing up 25 years ago, working at a movie theater, seeing trans people every once in a while. I was in California and they were extremely rare. You had heard about them. Every once in a while, one would show up and you'd be like, whoa, that's crazy. They exist, but it was like 1 out of a million people, it was very rare. And you knew someone was off and nobody was accepting it. You weren't mean to them. You're just like, well, that's interesting. They're grown-ups, whatever, do what you're going to do. But whoa, yikes, crazy. And now they are trying to push it on the kids and it's disgusting. It's satanic. So, you woke up and went to work. There you go, man. All right. So speaking of, woke is crushing Disney. And what's interesting is that Disney finally didn't go woke on something. They put out Inside Out 2, which I've heard is great. And my wife saw it. She loved it. Said there's no nonsense in it, no gay stuff, anything. It's really good. And guess what? Now it is the highest grossing animated film of all time. See, when Disney leans into what Disney's meant to do, like good quality family entertainment that's not pushing an agenda, they still succeed. And that they should just get back to it. Holy Summer, I told you guys, I'm Red Man today. Just call me Red Man. BlackRock's responsible for corporate ESG. Oh yeah. Trump shooter, really. Excuse me, guys. Oh, I felt a sneeze coming on, but it went away. Okay. I wanted to bring up another story here that's dropped this weekend, which is actually pretty crazy because when you consider the source, it's a big deal. Oh, by the way, I want to share this while we're still on the woke and Olympic topic. Jillian Michaels. Okay, Jillian Michaels, famous workout fitness chick. She's a lesbian, okay? But she's a sane lesbian. And they do exist, okay? She says, "Dear fellow gays, we demand tolerance and respect, but then make a mockery of something sacred for over 2 billion Christians. This type of hypocrisy and lack of understanding is a bad look. We get outraged when the extreme right bashes us, but then we do this shit. What kind of reaction do you think they'll have towards the LGBTQ plus community after this? And not how we break down barriers, it's how you build them." I was just so like, thank you. Thank you, Jillian Michaels, for saying that. So I had to share that. But anyways, just good stuff. I mean, I'm glad there are still sane people out there. And this is pushing this kind of nonsense that they're doing right here, this BS, where they put a fat, tranny chick, lesbian chick, whatever she is, as Jesus in the center, and then a bunch of people in drag around her. I mean, it's disgusting. And as a Christian, I am outraged. It pisses me off. And listen, no more nice Christians. You know, we got to stop being so nice, guys. We got to fight back. We have to fight back. And it doesn't mean, listen, I don't want any of these people to go to hell, anything like that. I'm not judging their hearts. Okay. That's between them and God. God can deal with that part, but I'm going to judge what they do. And I'm going to judge what they believe. And what they believe is insanity. And what they're doing is sick. And as Christians, we got to call it out. We got to call it out. And we got to say, we're not putting up with the bullshit anymore. We're taking over. We're taking over. There's more of us than any of you. And we're going to run this world because we're going to be tolerant. We're going to be nice. We're going to give you guys freedom. And we're going to give you, listen, Christianity is not about taking over and being mean to people. It's about freedom, but it's also about saying, hey, sometimes you got to knock this shit off. And that's where we got to go. And that's what we need to do, because, you know, the U.S. is still mostly a Christian country. And that's what we gotta get back to that. Okay. This dropped this weekend, and this is huge. And I'll talk about why in just a second. Let me catch up with you guys real quick. Frank says they're trying to make mental illness cool. These people have major issues, like trying to say the mind of an untreated schizophrenic mind is normal. And that's for sure. Dave, Ace was Kennedy murder tied to stock market puts like DJT, maybe along with other things. Just think if we had cell phones when Kennedy happened. Oh my God. I can't even imagine if we had cell phones when Kennedy happened. I don't know if his murder was tied to stock market puts, but that's very interesting. Did anyone see Dude Left of Center as sec? No, I don't. I'm glad I didn't see that. Gross. I don't know, Dan. They didn't go after Islam. They never go after Islam because Islam knows how to fight back. Now, I don't agree with how Islam fights back, because the way we fight back is not with violence. And, you know, listen, the radical Islamists keep people in line through that violence. Not saying it's right. Christians should not do that. But we keep them in line by having the best ideas and by calling stuff out. And by actually putting in power people who will do stuff. That's the other thing. Christians for too long were like, we're just going to be over here in our church. You guys do what you do. We'll throw like verbal bombs at you guys every once in a while, but we don't want to get involved in our neighborhoods and our communities. We don't want to run for politics. We're separation of church and state. We're just going to be over here and enjoy our tax-free status. Screw that. I'm sorry. And if you're a pastor watching this and you're more afraid of your tax-free exempt status than you are of actually making a difference in the country, you're part of the problem. You know, you are one of the worst parts of the problem, by the way. There should not be a separation of church and state. That's not in the Constitution. That was in a Federalist. No, it wasn't even in the Federalist Papers. It was in a letter from Jefferson remarking upon a case that had just been decided in the Supreme Court. He wrote that phrase, separation of church and state, and all of a sudden it became constitutional. It's not constitutional. James Madison said, you cannot keep a democracy, or you can't keep our constitutional democracy, republic, which we created without a religious and moral people. He said that. There's no idea for church and state, a separation of church and state in the original founding fathers. That did not exist. We were made to be a Christian nation. Also, originally, the word religion did not mean Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, all that. It meant Christian, different denominations. They used to call them religion because Christianity was just accepted as the go-to. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Cindy Lou says, I've seen people who study the Bible and the ancient gods. They all say there was a lot of satanic imagery. Oh, absolutely. So much satanic imagery. If you study the Old Testament, there's so much satanic stuff going on there. And the interesting is Israel, the Jews would always get involved in it too. Child sacrifice, all kinds of crazy stuff. DJT to my ex. Okay, I'll look at that, Whitey. Make America mentally stable again. The Federalist Papers are hardcore. They're awesome, Dan. Craig, John the Baptist, great example for weak Christians. Called out the sins and wickedness of powerful people, paid the price. It didn't matter. That's right. Yeah, we got it. Listen, that's part of our job. Part of our job. We honor while at the same time saying this is wrong. So, okay. So this huge story dropped this weekend. This is a huge story for this reason. Seymour Hersh, the guy who dropped this, he's old now, but he's one of the most respected journalists in the world. Highly decorated, respected, Pulitzer Prizes, all that stuff. This dude has it all. When he speaks, everybody listens. That is who this dude is, okay? He put out a Substack article this weekend. Said, this is what happened behind closed doors to force Biden to withdraw. Obama's in charge, which, what did I tell you guys? I said Obama's been in charge since 2008 of the Democratic Party. He phoned Biden on Sunday morning, July 21st, told him Kamala was on board to invoke the 25th Amendment if Biden didn't withdraw for the race. I can't speak. They strong-armed Biden out. Okay? They strong-armed him out. Deal was cut to anoint Kamala as the new candidate. Belief was as a former prosecutor, she could handle Trump, felon at debates. Yeah, we'll see about that. We've seen Kamala at debates. Okay? If she's not drunk, get out of here, Nat. If she's not drunk, she's still not good. But Obama would hold his endorsement for a few days. Another part of the deal was that if she didn't perform well in the polls, her support would be withdrawn and the convention opened for another candidate. Hersh describes this as a replay of the plot to the 1960s thriller 7 Days of May about a palace coup to take down sitting president. Guys, this is crazy. This is not some wild, dark internet fantasy report. This is Seymour Hersh, okay? He is a bad dude when it comes to journalism. He exposed a bunch of stuff in Vietnam. He's one of the reasons that war ended because of his journalism. This guy has been a big deal since the 60s. Everything he says is like ironclad. This probably happened. And this is crazy. And on top of that, it just keeps coming out. This was reported today. Biden family source confirms Obama was not interested in endorsing Kamala Harris. She cannot navigate the landmines ahead of her. That is a quote from Obama. Who forced his hand? And this is great. Obama knows she's incompetent. The border czar who never visited the border saying all migrants should have health insurance. She cannot navigate the landmines ahead of her. Listen, Obama is terrified they're going to lose this election because this one ends, it's over. He's exposed, the Clintons are exposed, Biden's are exposed, it's over. They are so scared and they are falling apart. This is the Democrats falling apart, this part behind the scenes. So let's check in and see how Kamala is doing in the polls. Oh my God, Kamala. Oh my God, Kami, you're just not doing so well. This is my bad Trump right here. She's behind by an average of 2 points as of right now. Now, we've had enough polls to say this is pretty legit. Now, this is with the bump of the excitement of a new candidate, okay? So let's pull this in a little bit so you guys can see the papers or the pollsters. All right, we got Wall Street Journal +2 Trump. +2 Trump, guys. Biden was +9 at this point in the aggregate. In 2020, Forbes +2. New York Times Siena with, I should say, in that poll, there was a +9 sampling of Democrats, and they still could only get Trump down to +1. Rasmussen, which is probably the most honest out of these four, +7 Trump. Morning Consult, total left-wing trash poll, +1 Kamala. Okay, CNN, +3 Trump. Reuters Ipsos +2. So you see all these polls, and Trump's up almost 2. Guys, it's not going to get better for her. This is the honeymoon phase. This is the honeymoon phase. It is bad. It is bad. Because if Trump's up 2 in the polls, he's really up 4 or 5. And if he's really up 4 or 5, that means even in the aggregate, he's above 50%, which means sayonara, the election's over, even if they cheat. It's just, they cannot do it. And so this is nuts. It is nuts. All right, let me catch up with you guys here. They do the stuff like this to keep division versus unity. That's 100% true. Al, I think a lot of heads are going to roll at the attempted assassination investigations going on. Someone going to open their yap, blow the whistle. Yeah, I think you're right. Concept was not to apply a certain religion, but no specific religions have to be followed. That's right, Donna. That's exactly right. Thomas, breaking news. Darcel's, the transgender entertainment bar, been around for decades, closing down to no customers. Well, it's been around for decades, though. The transgenders in Portland dried up? I can't see that. Biden was probably told he can pardon Hunter. I think you're right about that. Dan, you know Obama didn't just quit when he left office. He may be quiet, but you know he's likely up to something. 100%. Yeah, he's got a home in Washington, D.C., like two blocks from the White House. Kamala won't make it past the convention, says Hero. Maybe. She won't make it to the convention, says Al. Must win for both parties. Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. Oh, my God. Stupid thing. Your comments are stupid, so I'm going to send you away now. Bye-bye, stupid thing. Don't say stupid shit on my channel. Don't just come and be that doesn't work here. I'm not one of those who puts up with it. Randy, stop the government funding of NPR. I agree. Modern polling has a lot of shortcomings in a tight race. Dan, you're right. Yeah. Stupid thing was accurately named 100%. Hero, these polls are national. She's losing by more than that in the key states. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And just remember, guys, I know these polls are skewed. Okay, so when I say the polls, I know they are keeping 2 to 4 points away from Trump, because when the votes actually come in, even when they cheat, he still gains ground. So you take all that together and you look at these polls and you say, I know one honest pollster out of all these. One. And it's Rasmussen. They say Trump +7. That's the one honest pollster in this. But they weren't the most accurate the last cycle. But I will say, even CNN has Trump +3. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. These are considered some of the best polls in the country. All right? Even though a lot of them have been very inaccurate the last few years. They cannot keep Trump down. These polls, again, had Biden 9 points up last election at this time. And guess what? Biden won the popular vote by something like 3.8%. That means they were off by 5 points, 5.2 points, something like that, something crazy like that. If you add 5 points to this, that means Trump's actually up in the. It's insane. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, and you're right about the battlegrounds. So let's go to the battlegrounds. The battlegrounds are off the chart for Trump right now. Off the chart. And he doesn't even have to win all these. Okay? Remember, they're not getting Zuckerbucks this time. It's going to be harder for them to cheat. It just is. Arizona, 6 points. Nevada, 5.5 points. Wisconsin, 3 points. Michigan, 2. Pennsylvania, 4.5. North Carolina, almost 6. Georgia, 4. Guys, you can't overcome this. Okay? Because Trump only has to win, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of these 7, he only has to win 3 or 4 of them. I think 4. He wins 4 of these, it's over. On top of that, they're having to spend money now in Virginia, which is close. Trump's leading in Virginia. New Mexico. Minnesota's close. It's getting very, very hard to pull this off for them. Newton 96 promised to defund NPR, and he didn't do it. But I wonder if he could. All right, boys, what's up? Hey, Linda, good to see you. Let's see. You'll never answer a poll in your life. And that's the thing. Most good people don't even answer polls anymore. Trump plus 7 sounds low. I agree with you. DJT wants to rebuild the defunct Philadelphia shipyard for transporting liquid natural gas. What? I didn't see that. That'd be awesome. No reason to fund NPR. No, they won't. It sucks. Yeah. They won't let Kamala debate Trump. Did you see the thing where they're trying to accuse Trump of backing out of the debate when all he said is, I want to wait until she's officially nominated, but now they're saying, like, it's weak, you won't debate. It's so dumb. No stolen FTX money going to Democrats. Oh, that's the other thing, yeah. So they're not getting Zuckerbucks. They're not getting the FTX money. Big tech billionaires are turning against them. It's all falling apart for the Democrats. It's crazy. Kamala might pick Mark Kelly in Arizona to help her numbers there. It won't help her enough. Arizona's going red. I'm telling you right now. Shogun, I bless you, my son. You're okay to be late. Heard on Mark Levin's show, Jim? That's interesting. Okay. If DJT is getting into stuff like that, that'd be huge. Thomas, man, Tom, how you feeling today, Thomas? We're all thinking about you, buddy. I know it's just so crazy. Yeah, thank you, Adventures, for reminding me. Hit the like, please subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate you guys supporting me, checking this out, and I love doing this show. I love talking politics. I love talking markets, and listen. I don't have the most subscribers on the planet, but I have very devoted subscribers. And why? You let them know, guys. Why do you subscribe to my channel? Is it because I make some good predictions? Is it because you just like laughing at me? What is it? Why subscribe to my channel? You guys tell the people. Your state of Pennsylvania needs more industry. Yeah. I mean, we all do. America needs more industry. Who do I think Kamala selects for VP? Would be wild if I got both right after getting JD. That is tough, Dan. I think it's between 2 names. I think right now it's Mark Kelly or Shapiro. That's who I think it is. Kelly is interesting because he just had some stuff come out that was not good for him and his daughter. But he still will pull some votes from moderates. He really will. Shapiro, on the other hand, is like might get a little bump in the Rust Belt, but you're also going to get hit from all the anti-Jew people, so the anti-Semitic people, and there's a lot of Islamic people in Minnesota and Michigan. So I don't know if Shapiro would be a good pick, but they both like her. So, she likes both of them apparently. So I don't know. This is a tough one. I'll be honest, because the other thing is, does Kamala make it to the convention or I just don't know. It's like, who knows? I mean, they are talking about her right now like she's the second coming of Mother Mary. It's crazy how big they are blowing up the freaking it's crazy how much they're blowing her up right now to make her look amazing. But how does that last? I just don't know. I don't know if she continues it. By the way, breaking news. This is crazy. Check this out. Socialist Maduro regime just stopped broadcasting results of Venezuelan elections. Clear signal the opposition has won. Maduro must decide whether to withdraw or go into exile or lead Venezuela into civil war. Wow. Wow. Now that's crazy. Venezuela might be finally toppling. Oh my God, the whole Chavez thing. Wow. That's crazy. Dewey says we should never assume the win in November and must vote like we're behind. Oh, 100%. Dewey, everybody who watches this channel knows that. Trust me. Everybody here is going to show up. Confidence is good, though, because confidence, you go in, you want to vote because you believe you're going to win. You believe you have a real shot to change things. So confidence is good. We are confident on this channel, but we are not cocky. We have to vote. We have to overwhelm the cheating, and we will. And because everybody here on this channel is gonna vote. BM Pro, because it's great. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Swede says he is not here for the jokes. I don't blame you there, Swede, at all. I never said my jokes are good. ESK is late, but in the house. What's up, NC? Vin, man, won't Kamala only pick a VP after officially nominated? Maybe. Trump wasn't officially nominated before he picked VP, though. David, honestly, Ace calls it straight whether you like it or not. That's why I watch him. Thank you, David. That, honestly, David, thank you right there. That might be one of the best compliments I could ever get from somebody on this channel. And I really appreciate that. If you guys really believe I call it straight, and that doesn't mean I'm right, but like I see it, I really appreciate that. And that means the world to me. Because honestly, all I want to be seen as and known as is an honest person. So thank you. I really appreciate you saying that there, David. Dan, it'd be interesting to see who she picks. Still think it'll be a white guy, though. Probably. Yes. Harris campaign offers free bacon. Vin, man, notice a trend where sort of cool guy Dems are challenging Trump, trying to get Trump to go after them. They're going to try. Trump's too smart for that, though. Kamala should pick Taylor Swift. Listen, it would be seen as such a joke. They think that would gain her votes, but it's just going to get like teeny boppers, and it's not going to be enough. They don't. Plus, they don't bring wild cards in. They just don't. And Taylor being young and having no political experience is a wild card. They wouldn't do it. Did I see Shapiro's been accused of laundering money? Yes. I did see that. Heath Roach, no BSAs. Thank you, Heath. Dan, the media might be hyping up Kamala with primaries passed. We don't know if voters turn out for her. It's a big risk. It is a huge risk. And everything the Democrats do from now on is a huge risk. This is why. Because the damn dirty Democrats, they don't have a good choice. So they have their best choice, and she won't run, is Michelle Obama. That is their best choice because the Obamas still have the gleam on them, the sheen. People still have bought into the angelic nonsense about the Obamas. There's still people, moderate people, who believe the Obamas are perfect, which is a sham, but they do believe that. And if Michelle ran, it would be a little bit scary. However, she won't run. She doesn't want to be in politics. And there's just stuff she doesn't want to be under the laser focus of conservative media. She just doesn't want to. And so she doesn't want it. She's a one person who scares me, but she has no political experience either. So everything's a risk for them. They could run Hillary again. Guess what? Hillary was so hated. She lost to Trump the first time around when Trump didn't even know what he was doing yet. That's how hated Hillary is. They have a bunch of no names. They have a bunch of super hated people like Newsom. They have no bench. They suck. Stella, I find the show entertaining and my great perspective. Thank you, Stella. I appreciate that, man. Mantan, pray for everyone to still healthy with Thomas. See our investment get a big win. That's right. Yeah. Bless Thomas. You trust me even though I wear Niners gear. Thank you. I got it. I love them. Don, I have character. Thank you. You guys are so nice. I appreciate that. So, guys, subscribe if you like a guy who likes the Niners a little too much, but does call out BS nonsense what I see, and is straight and tries to be all the time. Even when I don't like talking about stuff, I will, because listen, we deserve honesty and we deserve processing things. And I am always learning. The group in the chat always is teaching me stuff. They throw me stories. They help me with perspectives, all of that. And I listen, and I want to listen. And so if you want to be a part of that community where we go through the news, I tell you everything I have from 25 plus years of political science experience, economic, sociology, theology. I tell you everything I got, and then I keep learning as I go. And that's, if you want that, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. I really do. Donkey says, anybody else sit through Not Legal's 40-some odd minute show he did on mute? No. He was mute the whole time? Oh, poor Not. That sucks. We are going to kick their ass, Stella. Too big to rook. Exactly. Michelle doesn't want the spotlight. That's right. Al, Big Mike doesn't want to reveal all the foreign funds they've collected over the years. That is very true. Brett, Kamala for chocolate asparagus queen at the asparagus festival. Brown outside, green on the inside. Oh my God. Never been to the festival over the border. That's awesome. Big Mike went past the physical. Ouch. Dandy, Hillary became a senator because the Clintons were so popular. That creates a dynamic. Or appears she doesn't have deserve to be there, which is totally valid. Yeah, and she went from freaking Arkansas to being a senator in New York. I mean, come on. Jim, some stock channels misleading. I'm not. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. There are some people who disagree with you, but I thank you for that. I'm really red. Dude, I'm so red. The lake this week fried me. Oh, well. Don't think Obamas will run. Trump will destroy them with declassified info. Maybe. I don't know how much Trump has on his hands with that right now, but you're here for the AMC shit talk. I am good at the AMC shit talk. I do love that. The ghost of Joan Rivers come back and haunt Big Mike. Now that's a thought right there. All right, guys. I had something I wanted to pull up for you real quick. Let me see if I can find it here. This is some I'm adding in. I wasn't planning on originally sharing this, but if I could find it. Sometimes this stuff on Twitter gets lost. Let me give you guys a minute because... All right, I'm going to share this. I can't find what I was looking for. I'm going to share this from Albie. It was a great follow on Twitter. I highly recommend him. I'm going to share this, and I'm going to go grab a second beer because you know what? It's the weekend. I am home from the lake. I have to work early tomorrow. There's a damn gnat again. Get out of here. What the hell? Oh, I finally got him. My wife is still at the lake with the kids, so I'm here to chill for a little bit. I'm going to go get a second beer. I'm going to leave you guys with a clip, and I will be right back.
We're going to let it grow. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. I didn't know he was that unpopular. Well, I didn't know he was that unpopular. Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. Whoa. And we'll appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing. Beautiful. And Kamala Harris wants to make him Treasury Secretary. That's not good. That's not good. He was Hillary Clinton's finance person. Did you know that? Crooked Hillary. Remember Crooked Hillary? Do you remember her? Anybody remember? He was the finance chairman of Hillary Clinton's campaign against a gentleman known as Donald Trump. Not a popular person.
I love that he called Gensler out there. He was a finance person for Hillary. He's disgusting. Gensler is worst of the worst. Is there no way to set up you can subscribe from your cell phone? Stella, do you have an Apple? Because Apple doesn't like Google. Apple doesn't like Google, so they block you from joining on Apple. So you have to go into your Safari browser, go to my channel from there, put it on desktop mode, and then you can finally join. So, El Duderino. Always appreciate my honest perspective, sense of community. Thank you, Duderino. That's awesome. The community is what it's all about. This is not as fun a place or as good a channel without the community. So thank you. You guys make the channel better, for sure. Joan Rivers a liability? I would say so. Drinking helps the smoothest husband. It helps the pain go away. Work with a dude that looks like Gensler. Mr. Burns. How many investors at that rally? I bet a bunch. Yeah. Beer has been the aloe vera for sunburns going back to the days of our farm. Is that true? I did put aloe vera on earlier. Yeah. We are getting rid of Gensler. Yeah. Tired paying for him to watch Pornhub all day. Oh man. Only if he can get verified now. You know, Pornhub has been closed up a little bit. He didn't say Byrne. I wish he'd said Patrick Byrne. That would have made it even better. Thank you, Kathy. Listen, after tonight, I'm going on like another 30-day beer fast because I'm really trying to lose weight here, and I've been losing weight since I stopped drinking. But because it was the lake week, I allowed myself to imbibe. And this is my last vacation for a while, so I got to enjoy it. Firing Gensler doesn't cut. He needs to be prosecuted. I would agree with that, Al. Oh, Chris, buddy, it's good to see you, man. I've missed you, bro. We need to catch up. Hope you're doing well, son. You're a good one. So I got a good beer, by the way, too. It's called Terrapin Imperial Luau. I am not sponsored, although, hey, Terrapin, if you want to sponsor me, you can. Just saying, if anybody wants to sponsor me with beer, they can. But, yeah, it's a good beer. So, listen, Al, bringing a bottle of Jack to your after surgery tomorrow. Oh, nice. Yeah, you got an Apple. That's why they won't let you join, Stella. So you have to go to your Safari browser, put it on desktop mode, go to YouTube, go to my channel, and then it gives you the option to join. Which, by the way, we have a few hundred members here. A lot of you guys were gifted memberships the last couple months. Your gifts will run out soon. So if you want to keep the membership, you're going to have to subscribe on your own. And because it's going to go out in the next couple weeks, especially the 4th. That tends to be a day they cancel you guys. So, Deuterino, your wife and I are about to welcome your first. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. I have 6, so I love children. That's awesome, man. It'll change your life, and everything will get better from here on out. You'll get to relive. I mean, it'll get harder, but it's more rewarding. You'll get to relive a lot of your childhood because you're going to be teaching them and watching all your old favorite movies and all that stuff as he grows, or she. It's awesome, man. Having kids is the best. And I'm super excited for raising my kids, and I'm super excited for when they move out and I get to start a whole nother phase of life. There's so many phases of life. They're all exciting. Dan, you gain 5 pounds if you drink 1 beer. Averaging a beer a month this year. Good for you. Yeah, I got to keep it down. Brett, let's see. Just Mike, I can't lose weight by burning it off. Just saying. No, you gotta eat well. That's the only way to really lose the weight. What's up, Hayes? Man, I really covered most of the news already, so you might want to go back and just start from the beginning. there's a lot of stuff going on. This week, by the way, is going to be wild in the markets. Let's see here. I want to bring up, there is a lot going on this week. We have a Fed meeting this week. We have, hold on. This is going to be a wild week. Actually, I know who I want to pull up. He had a great tweet on this. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see here. Colin, that's who I'm looking for. Yep, there he is. All right. Where is it? All right, here it is. Yeah. Wait, is that the one? No. Sorry, guys. I know this is fascinating, but I want to find the right tweet. Yeah, here we go. All right, so this is Colin Gladman. He's a great trader, also a good tweeter. Overall, I think he's a good guy from what I know. But he writes, so one of the most important weeks I can remember, which is a big deal from him. He is very hesitant to be hyperbolic. He keeps it pretty low-key. So for him to say that is a big deal to me. So he says, Microsoft, AMD, Apple, Amazon, Meta earnings all this week. FOMC meeting in Powell speech. So will we get a July rate cut? After the core PCE came in higher last week, I say nay. I say September. But maybe, just because the economy is looking a little bleak. But he says, those happen every month. This is as certain as I've seen in a long time. Really think this sets the tones for the next 6 to 12 months in the market. Volatility crazy, be ready. I will add to this the volatility from having the insane presidential race right now, where the Democrats literally dumped their candidate and installed a new one, and we don't know if she'll stay. This just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. And hey, does anybody want to take a gander and say the last time that the Democrats actually democratically chose their candidate? I'll let you wait. Discuss. While I get verklempt over here. Discuss. When was the last time the Democrats actually democratically chose their nominee? Because it hasn't happened this year. When did it happen last? I'll answer a couple questions while you guys are thinking about it. What to do, the one? Good to see you, brother. Grandkids are awesome too. Hero at large. I look forward to that day. Oh, you're referring to my sunburn? Well, thanks, Just Mike. Hey, but actually, if you don't think, you actually do lose a little more weight by getting more sun. That's actually true, and that's been proven. Now, it's not like substantial, but getting sun, getting good vitamin D does help your metabolism, which makes you lose weight more. So getting more sunlight, being outside more is very good for your metabolism. So, Mike, you're wrong. Kathy, your bank charge will say Google $2.99. You accidentally blocked it. Oh, no. Is that why you weren't a member for so long? Yes, that's right, Brett. Coffee talk. Coffee talk with Linda. The Democrats. Let's see. Let's think of a couple topics. The Democrats electing democratically. Discuss. I'm getting a little bit clapped. All right, Al. God bless you, man. Have a good night. Bernie got screwed twice. That's right. He got screwed in 2020 and 2016. He was clearly the choice of the Democrats' actual voters. So when was the last time? Because they obviously didn't do it this time. They did not allow a Democrat to be chosen this time. By democratically, the party of democracy, the party trying to save democracy, hasn't chosen a candidate democratically since 2008. That was the last time. How crazy is that? That was when Hillary was the anointed one, and Obama screwed the pooch. He threw off the party. So that's 16 years, people. 4 elections. 2012, Obama was going to win it either way, but they didn't really give him much of a primary. So I guess you could say 2012 if you wanted to. But there was no challenge to him. Okay, so fine. We'll throw in 2012. We'll say it was fair. All right, so, 12 years. But Hillary was getting her ass beat by Bernie. And then the DNC screwed him and put Hillary in. Donna Brazile, who is no fan of Trump or Republicans, even came out and said the DNC rigged the primary election. Donna Brazile. She's crazy. And then 2020, Bernie again was kicking Biden's ass, although not as bad as he was kicking Hillary's ass. But the superdelegates again, which is the most undemocratic thing ever, that the Democratic Party has superdelegates where 700-something people have votes equivalent to thousands of voters. Their one vote counts the same as thousands of voters in the democratic process. They have 700 of those. So anytime it's even a little bit close, the superdelegates can come in and back the person they want. The Republicans don't have that, by the way. I'm not a fan of Republicans, but they don't have that. So and then this year, they pulled RFK off all the ballots. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would have kicked Biden's ass from here to Shanghai. They would have Shanghaied him. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is very popular among actual Democratic voters. Now, this is where most Democratic voters are dumbasses, is that if that Democrat is no longer by the name, they won't vote for him anymore. Even though the vast majority of them would have voted for RFK Jr. over Biden, over Kamala, over any of these morons. They would have voted for him. But as soon as he went independent and lost the D by his name, they said, we're a bunch of NPC zombies. We're just going to vote Democrat. It's crazy how it works. Now, I'm kind of happy about that. And this is why. I actually think if RFK had gotten the Democratic nomination, he would win the presidency. He would. The reason is, it's not because people don't love Trump, but it's because all of the troglodytes who don't think for themselves would vote Democrat no matter what, okay? Even if a Democrat came up, did terrible things to... I got to show you guys this. This is so dumb. This is the typical... This is how bad the Democratic voters have gotten. What was it? It was... Oh, where is it? I don't even know if I can pull it up. It's hard to find because it's so insane, and I don't even know what to type in to find it. Let's see. Will this pull it up? Okay. I can't find it right now. It's probably hiding because it's such a crazy story. Anyways, this guy got anal raped by an illegal alien, illegal immigrant, came in. I don't even know how it happened. I'm not even going to pretend. But he freaking raped this dude. And then he got deported. And the dude says he felt sorry that he was a part of the guy getting in trouble, the immigrant getting in trouble. Like it was his privilege. I'm like... Democratic voters, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. Those people would vote Democrat no matter what. And then you have this whole people in the middle who, like, they hate the government. They hate what the Democrats are doing. But they're like, we'll vote for Trump because we think things could get better, but we don't really want to vote for Trump. We want to vote for something new. Trump's a little old. We don't like his mean tweets. All those people would run to RFK Jr. They would. And it'd be a close election, but RFK would win. Especially because the Democrats would still help him cheat a little bit. So he would win. And so for that reason, I'm grateful he's not in. Okay. Because Trump, this country needs Trump. And so it's almost like, God laughs at the plans of his enemies and their plots. And so I think that sometimes they screwed themselves by that. And I don't think RFK is a bad dude. I think he's an old school Democrat who also is anti-state. So he'd still be fine. I'd vote for him over Romney or McCain. But with this Trump we're talking about, this is the baddest MFer to run Republican in decades. So anyways, so I'm glad that went down that way. Dandy, it would be crazy if the Fed dropped rates this week. Everyone thinks it'll be September. They could do this week. Give it 20% for July. Yeah, I was leaning towards saying like July at like 40%, and then core PCE came in a little hot. Once core PCE came in little hot, that's when I knew they weren't going to raise them in June, most likely. So this is, it's right here. Core PCE 2.6. Annualized rate 3.4, highest in the year. So core PCE is going up. That's not good. So he says they should raise. This guy says shelters lagged, Fed should cut. Nobody can agree. They all have their own reasons for wanting each thing. Hillary still holds a grudge against Obama. Hell yeah, she does. She hates Obama. The Clintons and the Obamas hate each other, but they work together because they're still in the same team. But the problem is they both want to be in charge of the same team, so they hate each other. And they're always... Because the Clintons had it good for a long time. Oh, Bill, he came in and he said, I just don't worry. That little intern who sucked my mom Willie, she just, don't worry about that. Because, I just want to play the saxophone and everybody like me. And, I just go fly off with Epstein and just do my thing. And, you guys just run the country. I'm just going to have a fun time. And people liked Bill. And so Bill came in. He was the first Democrat in like 30 years to win back-to-back terms and was beloved for that. The Democrats thought he was a hero. The Clintons were all of a sudden the biggest thing on the Democratic Party forever. And they had from 92 to 2008, it was Clinton, Clinton, Clinton. Hillary became a senator. Bush somehow came in, ruined her plans because it was supposed to be Gore, it was supposed to be Kerry. And then all of a sudden Hillary was like, I'm ready. So they put Hillary up there, and who beats her but freaking Trump? And they couldn't stand it. How the hell did this guy beat us? And it ruined their plans. And Obama jumped the gun before that because it was supposed to be Hillary 08. And they hate him for it. They hate Obama for taking the party from him. But they had the party for 16 years. They had a 16-year run. RFK is going to help DJT. I don't think that's true. I think, no, RFK will never be her VP. RFK is way more likely to work with Trump, but he's not going to. He's not going to endorse him yet anyways. He came out very strongly against that story that said he might drop out and endorse. Have I ever heard the quote, if you aren't a liberal when you're young, you have no heart. If you aren't a conservative when you're old, you have no brain? Yeah, I've heard that quote many times, yep. Can't listen to RFK talk. Listen, I get his voice is all screwed up, but he can't control it. I mean, you loathe climate extremists with no... yeah, that's the problem. The climate extremism is pretty bad. RFK, though, I don't think he's an extremist. I think he's an old school Democrat, which actually make him really moderate these days. Like, he would almost be right wing, like in many ways. I think RFK legitimately loves the country. I think he legitimately cares about his people. I think he legitimately respects the Constitution. Honestly, those three things alone, I love him. I do. I think RFK is a great guy. I do think he cares about reforming the Democratic Party, kind of like Trump wanted to reform the Republican Party. And so there are some things that I'm glad I get to vote for Trump over him. I really am. But overall, if it was RFK versus Nikki Haley, I'd vote for RFK in a second. I'd vote Democrat the first time in my life. That's how much I hate Nikki Haley and the other establishment Republicans. I really do. So RFK has his good things. He does. He's definitely not deep state. That is for sure. Why is Newsom cleaning up homeless communities in California now? Because it's election season and they need to buy Democratic votes. They need to make it look like they care. And they're all in it together, Donna. They're all in it together. Newsom is trying to get votes for Kamala or whoever the nominee is. That's what he's doing. It's all together. That's what's happening. Robert, agree with a lot. I say RFK had less than a 0 chance of winning the nomination. His own family doesn't like him. They don't like him because he left the Democratic Party, Robert. That's why they don't like him, man. No, I think he could have beaten Biden in a fair primary. I really do. We can agree to disagree. There's no way we can prove it either way. Have I heard the rumor Trump may replace JD? Listen, anybody who's saying Trump's going to replace JD Vance is out of their freaking gourd. They have no idea what they're talking about. He's been nominated. He's official. The Republicans don't undo stuff like that. Trump is not going to undo stuff like that. Okay, Constitution lesson. We are supposed to vote for the for the candidate for president and the candidate for VP. They are supposed to be separate votes. For a while, our country did that. And we realized that when we did that, the VP and the president fought each other the whole time. So he said, you know what? Let's let the president start picking the vice president. And this is not constitutional, but it's like an agreed upon thing between the parties. Okay. We're just going to let you pick your vice president from now on, and then you get voted on together. That's why they're both on the ticket, because you have to vote for the vice president. You have to. It's constitutional. So when J.D. Vance became the official nominee of the Republican Party, he has been nominated. He is official. They can't undo that unless they go through crazy rule changes. And the Republicans are not the party that will do that. The Democrats will do that because they'll just change rules all the time to make it work for them. The Republicans will not do that. And so there's no way in hell JD gets replaced. I'll just tell you right now. There's no way in hell. By the way, you know who's throwing that BS out there? I'm going to talk about this guy for a second because he pisses me off. All right. I'm going to say it. This guy is controlled opposition. Okay? Because he says a lot of stuff that's true, and then he says a lot of stuff that's nonsense. And he's trying to suck in people to believe stuff that's true. And then he throws people a bunch of crap. And I'm sick of it. I've watched him do too much, but it's not going to happen. Okay, so if you guys are following this guy, listen, some of his stuff's okay, but you have to have your BS detector on when you follow him, because he says some straight up BS nonsense. And I'm telling you right now, he's controlled opposition. There's no way he's legit. There's just way too much stuff he's been way off on. RFK is a man without a party. That's very true. Gary, everything is going well. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Randy, RFK Jr. choice for VP was picked to pay for the campaign. Oh, yeah, Shanahan? Yeah, she definitely was. And I will tell you what, she is the worst thing I've ever seen him do. because I like a lot of his stuff. I'm very anti-vaccine. I'm very, his stuff that is the health stuff is awesome. I 1000% endorse him on the health stuff. I hope Trump gives him Fauci's old job. I really do. He would be great in the health department. He would be really good. But Shanahan is a full-on leftist. You just can't let her be in. So that was his worst pick, but he did it for the money. I agree with you. Jerome, hello from your friendly basher. Are you my basher, Jerome? I've never thought of you of that, but you're welcome, man. Good to see you. David, don't let Newsom off that he raised the gas tax in California by 50 cents. Oh, dude, Newsom is terrible. That's why he won't be the nominee, because he's terrible. Listen, they wanted to groom him to be nominee. Why? He's slick. He talks a good game. Listen, if I could put Newsom in my lab and turn him into a politician, he's beautiful. He's a good-looking dude. He speaks really well. He's perfect. But he's also a psychopath. And that's the problem, is he runs like a full-on communist in California. And because of that, it's gotten out to the rest of the U.S. because, thankfully, Twitter. And there's no way in hell Newsom now is a legitimate candidate. They might give him a run in 2028, 2032, but he's going to lose. It's just not going to happen, because at that point, our election should be fair. So Newsom looks like a reptile. Do I think Trump will debate Kamala? Yes, if she is the official candidate. But he's going to wait and see if they officially nominate her at the DNC. If they do, he will debate her. I guarantee it. Trump is not afraid, dude. He is the most, he doesn't give two Fs. He will debate. I mean, check this out. Let me show you this. This dude is so tough for an old business guy. It's crazy. I mean, look at this. This is nuts. He's going back. He's doing a rally where he was shot. I'm going back to Butler, Pennsylvania for a big and beautiful rally honoring the soul of our beloved firefighting hero, Corey. Those brave patriots injured. What a day it will be. Fight, fight, fight. Stay tuned for details. What a mother effing badass. I'm sorry. But to go back to the place you were shot and hold another outdoor rally is so tough. I don't even know how to put that in context, how tough this is. But this is so awesome. Most candidates by now would be in their basement campaigning on freaking Zoom like Biden did in 2020. They'd be doing controlled events indoors. And Trump's like, nah, I'll go back. F it. This is a badass. So, yeah. Do I think Trump will debate Kamala? Yeah, he ain't scared. Do I remember T-Bone Pickens? No, I don't. Who's that? Dan, the funny thing about Biden is him dropping out of the race came at a great time for Democrats, an attempt to counteract the bump in polls from the Republican committee. Oh, it did. Oh, Dan, you are right on about that, man. They stole the thunder of the RNC, which is the greatest political convention of my life, which, I'm 41 this year. So that's going back to Reagan. Greatest political convention of my lifetime was the RNC convention and the Trump assassination, and they took it all out of the headlines because they replaced Biden. They did that on purpose. They did. The timing was completely on purpose. Kristen Shaughnessy tweet about Crappy Bear. Okay, I'll look at that in a second. Official is a keyword, Jim. Fortunato, you see RFK getting the youth vote once school starts again. He has policies to directly affect them. They will be the most likely to vote for him because they're the most likely to vote independent. They won't pick a side. They'll just waste their vote. That's what youthful people do. But he won't win it. He won't win it. No. He'll get a sizable percentage, 15 to 25%. And that's sizable. I mean, that's 6 to 25%, somewhere in that range. That's a lot. But will he win the youth vote? Nah, he won't. Trump's going to win the youth vote this year. I'm just going to put it out there. I really do. The Gen Z is going to surprise a lot of people. And you know why? This is the best part. All of a sudden, Trump is countercultural cool versus the establishment Democrats. And what did the youth vote for? They always vote for the countercultural cool. It's pretty crazy. Dame time. You can tell Newsom's preparing to run for the next term with that podcast he now has with Marshawn Lynch. Trying to be relevant. He is trying to stay relevant. You're absolutely right. Will it be enough? No. Newsom will never be a president. He wants to be, but he never will. Jerome, we need to keep praying for Trump. Most of the West fall into the column. He's got to vote back in. WF has a strong hold. Trump is needed in the U.S., but not in the world. I agree, Jerome. Yeah, and we are. I pray for him every time on the end of my lives. Yep. Barbara, I can't wait for President Trump to debate Kami. She'll be done and over with. It's going to be crazy. I know. Jim says, Butler, Pennsylvania is still planning fracking. Nice. Well, it's very strategic then. Pennsylvania is going to be huge this election. It really will. Let me see that Kristen Shaughnessy tweet. You said you tagged me? Or she just posted it? All right, let me see here. All right, here we go. Kristen says, did anyone pay short selling research firm Capybara to write a report on either Soundhound or Finger Motion? If so, who? If someone did, were they or someone close to them short the stock? Oh, she's whoa. She's got a lot of sources here. But yeah, she's reporting based on Pedro's tweet. By the way, just for you guys who like me to have more guests, I tried to get Pedro on last week and he was busy. So maybe this week. This is interesting stuff for sure. I think, I mean, they're trying to bash down these companies. They're really going after Soundhound. Sued for fraud by short seller report subject. Wow. Yeah, listen, I think Finger might have a good week. There's a lot of attention coming to it because of this stuff, so that'd be great. T-Boone Pickens with the Ross Pro of 0708. I agree Newsom will not be president. That will bring every skeleton out of the closet to wreck him. Thank you, Brett. You know who's got the goods on Newsom, by the way? Is Kimberly Guilfoyle, who is... Listen, this is one of the weirdest stories in politics. But Kimberly Guilfoyle was married to Gavin Newsom. Married. By the way, she had terrible taste once upon a time. Then she went to Fox News, became the hottest Greek person there. I don't know. You guys take that or leave it for what you like about. But she now is Don Jr.'s fiance. Also, she's had a lot of plastic surgery done. She looks terrible. But she is now Don Jr.'s fiance. So Gavin Newsom's wife, career to Don Jr.'s fiance, left to right. You better know she's got a lot of info on Newsom. You got to know. It is definitely there. Real men will vote for Trump. Yes, any man who does not have a testosterone shortage will be voting for Trump. AMC, Kamala equates ICE with KKK. Yeah, I saw that. It's so crazy. Real Americans will vote for Trump. I like that, Donna. Kamala wants to defund the police in order to prove it's public. I know. She's crazy. Well, you know what the whole defund the police thing is about? It's about getting to the point where we have a federal force. So if we get a federal force, that's what they want, because they want to federalize it so they can control us all. That's ultimately what they really want. So it's sick. Let's see here. Excuse me. You were just telling your son about her. She'll destroy Gavin immediately. Yeah, she will. She knows where the skeletons are buried. When Newsom loses his hair, I'll be finished. I don't disagree with you. I mean, listen, the Democrats don't have a lot of this, which is, he's a slick dude. Good looking guy, slick, good talker. He's their dream candidate, but they effed up with him. They just did. I mean, for a presidential candidate, he's exactly what you want in looks department. He just looks like a stand-up dude. And you're right. I mean, he's got gray hair. And again, he could talk. He's a total Manchurian candidate. He really is. But he's kind of an idiot. He's very smart when he talks, but he's an idiot how he actually does things. He's sloppy. Maybe that's the best way to put it. He's sloppy. He slept with his buddy's wife in New York. When he was mayor of New York, he slept with his buddy's wife, campaign manager, ruined that relationship, big scandal. He was married to Kimberly Guilfoyle, who left him, became a big fat Trump supporter, engaged to her, his Trump son. He is now married and then run California like a freaking communist utopia. He's done all this while also having aspirations for president. You just can't do that, man. You're sloppy. That's his biggest problem. Fed police equals brown shirts for yeah, the SS, actually, absolutely. Newsonomics equals Enron accounting. Kamala said, don't use the terms radical Islamic terrorism, women. What? She said that? Sloppy news scum. I like that. That's a good one. Just Mike, Newsom's one of the few heterosexual men there. Oh, that reminds me of something. This made me laugh so hard. By the way, hey, if you guys are still watching, there's 160 of you. That's awesome, by the way. At this point in my lives, I've gone through the news, and now we're kind of just freewheeling it. So it's community-led at this point. We'll talk about whatever. I will talk about anything you guys want me to talk about that I can. So whether it's stocks, economy, politics, I'm in. I'll talk about any of it. So pop culture, sports, I don't care. It's late night. This is Late Night with Ace. I'm having fun. I got a beer. I'm sunburnt. Been going for almost 2 hours. This is community. Let's do it. Anything you guys want to talk about, I'm game. And I will tell you when it's been too far. So, anyways, talking about the heterosexual men of the Democratic Party. Here's white dudes for Harris. This is so funny. It's disgusting, but it's funny. But check this out. This is so gross. Man, touch your cock and orange. By the way, if you've done this, please leave. Just get out of my chat. I don't want you around. No man has ever touched me and honored that. So that's, anyways, white dudes for Harris. Go. Guy power, I guess. I don't know. Souljo with the awesome, man. Thank you for the donation. He says top shareholder for NASDAQ sold all his shares worth $2.8 billion on Friday. All right, let's look that up. Top shareholder for NASDAQ. So what were they holding? The index fund? Let me see if anything comes up, Souljo. I haven't seen that. Oh, here it is. Okay. Well, I'll tell you this, Souljo. I told you guys starting last week that people were selling tech and buying small caps. And so that's what's going on here. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. He full on went out. Well, look at what the NASDAQ's been doing. All right, let's look at the NASDAQ real quick. So, I mean, futures are up for tomorrow. But NASDAQ has been getting crushed the last month. Look at the last month for NASDAQ, okay? So high of 28.99 and now, well, these are all the futures. I don't know why the NASDAQ gains like 2,000 points in the after hours. It's like impossible to get the real numbers. But anyways, NASDAQ's right about time to go back. It's about ready to go back down to the 16,000s. So NASDAQ's been getting crushed the last month. I mean, just look at that. So yeah, he's still selling at highs. And then as far as RC changing his profile pic, I actually haven't seen that. Let's look. I knew he changed his pronouns. How's Ryan Cohen not coming up when I type it in? Oh, here. Okay, it is. Oh my God. That's too funny. So yeah, he changed his pronouns to she, her. So he's just trolling. I mean, look at his late Kamala 2069, but then he like Trump 2024 and then posted all this. I mean, he posted Trump like 600 times. So, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I think Ryan is actually trolling his own shareholders, honestly. But I think he is going in on Trump. Brett says, since Gavin's sleazy, I'm sure they tried to have Kimberly Guilfoyle sign an NDA upon their divorce. Maybe. That's pretty hard to sign an NDA on your divorce, though. You're going to mention me on your next live stream? Jim, are you for real? Jim, what's your channel? You go live stream? That's awesome. I appreciate you. I'm speaking of live streams and stuff, I'm actually trying to get some guests on. So I think some interesting stuff's coming up, and I might have a big one. I'm trying to get. I have one person that I might be able to get, and I'm trying to get him. It could be a good one. Maduro to give up power? I don't know. We'll see. But that election stuff is crazy. Do I think trans women should be able to compete in female Olympic? Hell no. We're not talking about Bruno. Need to be unburdened right now? Yeah. San Francisco's modern Sodom? I mean, it could be. Yeah, I guess so. By the biblical account, though, Sodom's even worse than San Francisco. I mean, they couldn't find 10 righteous people. And this is before the law. So it didn't take a lot to be righteous before the law. If you read Genesis, I mean, Abraham was a mess. Dame says XRP has about 50% of countries committed to using it. Wow. Quiver, you're quietly watching a little pic. I brought you out. Dan, you think all this hormone alteration will go away once people realize doing so will reduce your lifespan? That might be true. Yeah, might be true. Suljo, thank you again. Another super chat. He asks, do I think left will snitch or think they're going to kill him? Are you talking about Trump? Can you just, you don't have to pay me, man, for this, but are you asking about Trump or Newsom? Just, I need to know who you're talking about. Oh, Andrew Left. Okay, never mind. I think he'll snitch. I don't think he'll get killed. Yeah. I think he's in federal custody right now. I don't think he'll die. Yeah. Although that didn't work out so well for Epstein, so. AMC says Kamala opposes school choice, Title IX to fund the police, wants sanctuary cities, national gun registry. She's awful. She's a communist. I'm on my second beer and start talking about After Hours NC-17. I know, it is. I should just do a members live and not get in trouble. That's what I should do. Drunk Pedro as a guest. I'm trying to get Pedro back on, man. He's great. Yeah, Jim could live stream and call into my show. That'd be great. I'd do that. AMC, Kamal boycotted the Israel Prime Minister historic speech. I know. Your channel's your name, DIY speakers, farming, investments, been on many other live channels, got sick of the backside. Awesome, Jim. Well, Jim, I'll have to look into that, man. Andrew Left. Yeah, I got you, Soldier. Yeah. Second white camera. Nice. Well, Jim, maybe we'll figure something out. I appreciate you thinking of me. Yeah, I'll listen, guys. You want to check out Jim's channel? Go check it out. And I'm guessing, Jim, if they just click on your name, they can get there. Dandy, I doubt Andrew Left has anyone worthwhile to snitch on. You doubt it? Really? I think he probably knows a lot of stuff, honestly. So I kind of disagree with you there. I think there probably is something there. Let me go through here. I had something. I might have to go to my profile and pick it up. I don't know, Dan. I kind of disagree. I think that's all one big club on Wall Street, and we're not in it. That's what I think. I kind of think. I think you might be wrong about that one. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. It's possible. I'm wrong every once in a while. You know, I'm not like the great Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was what, 99.6% correct, as he claimed. But I think I'm right, like, 70% of the time, 80% of the time. Okay, I can't find what I was looking for. Dang it. All right, Jim, awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. My best Kamala impersonation? Oh my God, I haven't worked on any Kamala stuff. No, I can't even. It'll just be a bunch of cackling, and I'm a man. I can't sound like her. So he does seem like a coke rat. I'd give you that. Kamala supports the 1619. I know, she's terrible. She is awful. Randy still grieved for the Bengals losses. The Niners 2 Super Bowls. Sorry, man. Rush said 99.8%. Oh, okay. Poor, Rush. 99.8. That's huge. Since Colin's running for office, doesn't mean it would be safe to bring Mr. Butterworth back. Miss Butterworth back? Oh, my God. No. They'll never do it. Because it's racist to have that. I don't know. It's so dumb. They should bring her back, though. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm losing steam here. Getting tired. 2 hours is a long show for me. It's about an hour over what I usually do. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. Please hit it on the way out. If you had forgotten so far, I'll take those likes. Let's break the YouTube algorithms. Keep getting it out there. If you guys don't mind, if you have Twitter, I would really appreciate you guys sharing, or Facebook. If you have friends that might be interested in real politic talk, I would really appreciate it, honestly. Just get me out there. You guys are the best. This is my favorite community. I love you guys. I couldn't wait to get back, honestly. I loved my vacation. I really love hanging out with family, but doing these lives has become a part of me too. It really has. I feel like a lot of you guys have been around now for over a year or more. I feel like I know you guys a little bit, and it's just good to hang out with you guys again. So much going on. The world is crazy right now. The news is insane. So we're going to just get through it together. We're going to win this, and that's how we're going to do it. But this week in the markets might be a little nuts. I think Finger could finally do something. DJT volatility is good for us. Just remember that. And let's see what happens. But wild place we're at. With half his brain tied behind his back. That's right. Rush. Man, Rush was the king. I could never, ever try to challenge him. Video by Ron Wyatt's Discovery 2022 Gamora. I'll have to look that up. But anyways, love you guys. Legitimately, I do. Really do. You guys, the community is just great here. If you want to join and get extra content, it's $3 a month. That's all I ask. You get extra content on the channel. And then if you really want more, you can go to my Patreon, Ace Economics on Patreon. And there I teach classes on theology, really understanding the Bible in ways that most of you have probably never heard. and also financial stuff like mastering AI, how to make online businesses out of AI, just the stuff that really helps grow, personally your income. So anyways, my daughter's doing well. Thank you, Brett, for asking. I appreciate that. Yeah, she's doing great. She really is. So your guys' prayers worked. All right, so let me end in a prayer, and I'm going to call it a night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you, God, for this community. I love these people. Thank you, God, for just everybody you've brought together in this. Pray, God, you protect President Trump. Help him just get through this election, Lord. And God, we need justice in our country. So we pray for a win this November. And we pray for our markets to be fair and free and righteous. So we pray for justice in the markets. Let this Andrew Left thing spread and lots of justice come in. And we pray that our stocks just finally, God, become what they are supposed to be. That's all I ask. And bless everybody here with wisdom. Bless them, Lord, to prosper. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Bless you guys. Love you. Have a great night. And